Sprague got involved, Corelli's involved, Bodine is involved, and I'm not sure where that started, but it's definitely ahead of them.
Corelli said I'm okay.
Take another look at it.
There we see Barry Bodine is going to spin. He's going up and hit the wall. Now Corelli's trying to go by, and bam, look at this.
Man.
Oh, man, it almost goes over. And also Sprague is involved, and
Frank
his
Davis.
dad missed him.
A lot of trouble.
Earnhardt looks like something went right through the radiator or oil cooler.
Yeah,
he's involved with Hamlin, Almirola, Allmendinger, and is that Patrick up by the wall?
Yeah, it's Danica up there.
We got a bad look.
There's the 11 and the 10. Hamlin and Patrick going down into 3. Ooh, Denny
gets a little loose.
Yeah, he just shot up. He shot up the hill.
Oh, and then Earnhardt got into the back of Casey Kane.
And there's Allmendinger. He got into it.
Almirola.
Wow.
Keselowski losing spots. Is there a problem on the 2? Now he's got problems. Casey Mears into the back of it.
Hold on. Caution, 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 caution.
And more collected.
Lost your transmission for no reason. I haven't missed a shift or anything. Coming at you.
Transmission problems on the 2 lead to this mess on the front straightaway, and another headline for one of the championship chasers.
Very narrow front stretch here when things start happening. Thinking that he does have a transmission problem, maybe it jumped out of gear.
As he comes out of 4, it's a drag race. They wreck behind him. Kyle Busch will win.
Yes, sir. Checker.
Big wreck on the front stretch. A parking lot right in front of the grandstands. And Kenseth cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenseth takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars. Helmets coming off. Matt Kenseth already not having the day that he wanted to have.
So in the action there, we see Morgan go across, hit the 5 car, and bow! Heavy contact with the wall on the Kellogg Chevrolet.
That's Blake Speed in the car number 9 going sideways, and then Derek Cope and in the car number 12, and Dick Trickle in car.
This driver moves himself up to second place. In the wall hard goes Casey Kane.
Hold the brake, buddy.
And Martin Truex.
Hold the brake.
Wow.
That was huge. Look at that car. And you think we're not going fast here?
Martin's all right. Unhooks his cool tube.
Look at that thing.
What a hit. And Casey Kane is moving around in his car.
Martin went over to check on him.
Darrell, that might be the hardest hit I've ever seen at this small a racetrack.
I tell you, that was amazing. Look at that race car. It is demolished.
You think they're not going fast here? Watch this.
I get a feeling something happened to Martin Truex Jr. in that 56 as hard as he was driving it off in that corner.
Sure does.
I mean, he wasn't even able to slow it down, it didn't look like.
I bet well, it's hard to say about brakes, but that looks like a car that lost its brakes.
Let's jump into that for Toyota.
Yeah, he never even slowed down.
We're in it, guys. We're in it. Hold the brake, buddy. Hold the brake. Hold the brake up there. Hold the brake.
Boy, look at him. It's knocked a breath. Oh, he gets up on the curb. It's going. I tell you, when you have low air, you hit the curb, more likely you just can't get the thing to turn because it sticks the power steering. See what Hermie looked at here. This is what he thinks.
They think Carl's going to stop down there, but Carl
That's off the brake spot. Trying to go high. No, go low. No.
Way up through the field, it only gained a spot, was running 16th, and then this major blow to his championship hopes.
There's no one around him. That has the looks of maybe a throttle hanging, or more like a wheel hop to me, or perhaps a brake issue. I don't see any way that, well, maybe, I feel like he just maybe had a brake issue. And wow, heavy contact here at Martinsville.
I'll be interested to hear John Hunter's comments about what happened in that situation.
Rear of the one, McMurray, that's going to cause that tire to go down soon.
Oh, turn one, there went the tire.
McMurray.
Oh, no. Car one, I mean.
That's not a risk that's worth taking.
Oh, no, the second.
Jamie McMurray's car is killed.
That left rear goes, and I mean, you're at max speed when that tire blew out.
There's nothing he could have done other than come to pit road.
And Jamie McMurray had potentially a top 5 car today.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. He had a great race car, and he's great here at Martinsville.
Flag. Look at Ryan Newman. He gave Boyer a shot getting out of the turn one. There goes Newman. Newman's going to take the lead.
Good grief. That's exactly what I knew would happen.
That was not pretty. A dive bomb move into turn number 1, and 3 cars go spinning, including 2 of our leaders. Watch them come to get the green. Gordon inside, Johnson outside.
These 2 cars on the front, they got old tires. They can't get going. These 2 cars behind them have got fresh tires. They can take off, man. And this is what happens. Boyer blocked Newman, shot him down in there 3 wide. There you go.
And as they all get dusted up, Newman gets the lead, and Allmendinger comes out second with Truex third.
If they would have only done what I suggested, that would have never happened.
Jimmy Johnson comes down, racing Gordon into the corner, but Boyer already has the low groove, and there just wasn't room for 3 cars in that small a space. All right, we get 3 tries at this.
Yeah, when Boyer dove to the inside, he actually got that shot from Ryan Newman, and that right there, you can see that wasn't going to work.
Well, you know who's sitting in the catbird seat? The 88. He got fuel and left side tires.
Riding with Clint Boyer. It's a big run.
There you go, inside, outside.
No room.
Almost made it. That was almost a great move.
And let's ride with Jimmy Johnson.
The spinner on turn 4, Matt Crafton ran into John West Townley. John West put the pedal down, trying to complete a 360, but the wall got in the way.
Caution comes out.
My bad.
Big contact. He got spun around and he just didn't lift, Phil. He tried to do
My bad.
A lot of water.
Yeah, he's stuck in the wall over here.
Well, it was an aggressive move. He got into the back of John West and happened to hit him again, and finally spun him all the way around. Watch as Crafton gets into the corner, hits him a couple times, and instead of letting him go, he just keeps hitting him. But then Townley messes up here by hitting the gas.
He made pretty significant contact with the outside wall.
Elliott diving, trying to block. Down the backstretch again. Less than 3 to go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around. Hamlin takes the lead, and the caution comes out. Just after the checkered flag came out, going down the backstretch, you see the 24 showing his displeasure. And then it was time to talk about it.
This is a ticket to Homestead, and I'm not sure, I'm not sitting here saying that I wrecked him on purpose, and I tried to move him out of the way and spun out.
Funny thing was, he said somebody was pushing him, and wasn't 2 car lengths between him and the next guy. So my mom always said, don't say nothing. You don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So he's not even worth my time. I can't control his decisions and whatever the hell that was. So on to Texas.
He had 41 to reach Sorensen's around, but it happened up before him.
The 10 car gets in the back. Scott Riggs gets in the back of Sorensen. Around he goes.
one of those accordion effects.
Yeah, right.
You know, it happened about 10 car lengths in front of them, and it finally caught up with these two guys.
On board with Kurt Busch, Miller Lite Dodge.
Check up. Watch them down, watch them. Come on, you're clear. Caution.
Around goes the 20.
Keep coming,
Kents at the round, out in front of the field. The 41 has damage. Joey Logano clears him, but the 2, incredible damage on the 2 of Brad Keselowski as well.
We talked about this, the Penske cars trying to let one another in. Well, if you're back in row 2, how can you try to prevent that? You try to push those guys through 1 and 2, trying to push the issue. There was some heavy contact, heavy damage on the 2, really heavy on the 41, and of all people, lucky dog goes to Carl Edwards, the other chase car.
It looked like on the restart, they just didn't do a good job of making the transition. They took off slow. The 22 got at the racetrack, the 2 got in the back of the 22, they come off the corner, the 20 and the 2 make contact. It's on from there.
Yeah, and the 41, it really has nowhere to go. They spin and catch the 41. He makes heavy contact with the inside wall.
It's coming off turn 2. There's the initial contact.
Look at the 41. It's a big hit. But, you know, this all started on the restart. They just didn't do as good of a job this time of making all the transitions work, and it got everybody checked up.
Outside 24, outside tight, right there in front of you. Keep coming straight.
Where the 41 hits, that inside wall, that's actually a new safer barrier there. It used to just be a concrete wall.
And it looks as if perhaps the throttle hung, Darrell.
The throttle hung, you see it snaps right there. I got to believe that, I don't know, the brakes were working, that's for sure. He saw the wheels locked up, front wheels locked up there. I'm not sure what happened. Could have been.
He carried a lot of speed into the corner.
Turn 1.
Trouble in turn 1.
Aflame is Kurt Busch after a hard hit with the turn 1 wall.
Boy, they need to get over there.
You talk about bad days gone worse. Kurt Busch has had one.
He had the presence of mind, though, to hit that fire extinguisher that has a nozzle out under the hood, and you could see it extinguish it.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
That is quite a fire underneath the hood of that 78 car.
And remember, that's a carbon fiber hood, so...
But Darrell, that looks like oil lines, fuel lines. That looks like everything.
Oh, yeah. You see brake pad flying out the front up there. I mean, the whole right side of the car is destroyed.
Something happened with the brakes.
We can show you what happened.
Man, they just start stacking up. The 10 car, the 19, both Everham cars. It's like they end up taking each other out. The 01 of Eric Almirola, he got damaged too. So used to seeing.
Oh, trouble. 82 into the wall, landing turn 1.
Well, we mentioned there's been a caution in the final 10 laps, and 7 of the last 10 races here now make it 8 of 11. Well, hard lick by the 82 of Scott Speed.
Didn't have a hard time just getting this car get a break.
6 laps to go. Turn 1.
Whoa. Well, if he'd have made that corner, he'd passed about 3 cars, but unfortunately, it was just a little too much speed right there. No pun intended. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to add that for you.
Now, he can go in there wide open next week at Talladega, but it's tough to do here in Martinsville. Let's see, watch him on the outside.
You have to wonder, too, it might have been a little brake failure there. You're at the time of the race right now that possibility of that brake pedal going to the...
Hang on to it. Well, trouble turn 4.
Oh, Labonte gets spun
by Almirola, and here's it.
And Jeff Gordon looks like he'll just get his car stopped, as well as Jimmy Johnson in the 48. There you see Truex Jr. in the 1. He's backwards, and the whole field has just had to stop.
Now, what will be interesting, NASCAR has access to all of the video replays of not only the incident, but who stopped on track, and we'll see who they judge being involved in the accident and who won't. But pretty much, when everybody takes off, you fall in line as you go.
Another fine mess you got me into.
There is a little bit of damage on the front end of that 24
he
car.
got a little bit. I don't think it hurt anything. He just nerfed that 5 car, I think it was.
This was a battle for second.
And Eric just gets in there and gets in the side of Bobby Labonte, and then around they all go.
Chain reaction from there.
And that's perhaps an example of aggression without